Welcome back to Fluent English, the podcast. I'm Georgia. Think in English.
And I'm Willem R. Today's episode is really exciting.
Welcome to Fluent English, the podcast. It is an absolute pleasure to have you with us today for what I think is a very special and very practical deep dive.
It is wonderful to be here. And today, we are tackling a subject that is, very close to the hearts of our listeners. It's a struggle that almost every single learner faces, no matter where they are from.
Absolutely. I was thinking about this just this morning. It's the classic student dilemma, isn't it?
It really is.
You spend years in school, you sit in the classroom, you listen to your teacher, you study the grammar books, you memorize all the vocabulary lists until your head hurts. And you feel very confident. You say to yourself, I know English. I can read, I can write, I can pass the exam.
Yes, on paper, you're a master. You've checked all the boxes.
Exactly. On paper, you are Shakespeare. But then the real world happens.
The real world.
You turn on a Hollywood movie without any subtitles, or you meet a native speaker from, London or New York or Sydney, and suddenly just blank.
It's the silence of confusion. The brain it seems to stop working.
It is terrifying. It is as if they're speaking a completely different language. They are not saying, what are you doing carefully, clearly.
No.
They're making these strange noises. You hear something like, what do you want to do later? And your brain just freezes. You ask yourself, what was that? Was that even English? Did I just waste 10 years of my life?
And that's a very frustrating moment.
Yeah.
You start to doubt your own intelligence. You think, I've studied for 10 years. Why can't I understand the simple question?
Yes.
You feel that, perhaps you just don't have the talent for languages.
That is the feeling. It's a feeling of panic and almost shame. So today our mission is to fix this. We are going to unpack this problem completely.
Yes, we are.
We're going to look at the source material we have, which is, I have to say, a fantastic, comprehensive guide on how to train your ear.
Yes, and I want to start with a very, very important reassurance for you, the listener. If you struggle to understand fast English, please know this. You are not bad at English. Your vocabulary is likely fine. Your grammar is likely excellent. The problem is not your knowledge. The problem is the delivery.
Oh, that is a massive relief to hear. So you're telling me it's not that our listeners have a bad ear or a slow brain?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It is simply that you've been trained on one type of English. Let's call it textbook English, or maybe citation form.
Right. The slow, careful English.
And the world speaks a different type, which is connected speech. So today, we're going to provide a practical, step-by-step guide to bridge that gap.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll look at why English sounds so fast, we'll crack the secret code that native speakers use, and we will give you a 5-step training method and a daily routine to master it.
I really want to understand the secret code. So let's begin with the diagnosis. Why does it feel so impossible? Why does it feel like native speakers are racing a Formula One car when they speak?
This is where we must understand a concept called the illusion of speed.
The illusion... Wait, you mean they are not actually speaking fast? Because when I watch a Marvel movie and Iron Man is talking to Captain America, it feels like they are firing words at each other like bullets.
It certainly feels like a race, yes. But let's look at the data for a moment. If we were to measure the speed in terms of, say, syllables per second, English is actually average.
Average.
Yes. Languages like Spanish, Japanese, or even Tamil are often spoken faster in terms of how many syllables are produced in 1 second.
Really? So you're telling me Spanish is faster than English?
Technically, in terms of syllable rate, yes. But here is where the illusion comes in. In your native language, or in classroom English, you're trained to hear what I like to call bricks.
Bricks, like building a house.
Exactly. Individual, solid units. What you doing. Each word has a clear beginning and a clear end.
Right.
There's a tiny micro-silence between them. Your brain loves this. It can pick up the brick, inspect it, translate it, and put it in the comprehension pile.
Okay, I can stack them up. It's orderly. It's logical. I get that.
But native English speakers, we don't use bricks. We use clay.
Clay.
Yes. We take those same words, we smash them together while they're still wet, and we hand you one long, shapeless blob. Whatchganado.
Whatchganado. Wow, it really does sound like one long word, not 6 small words.
It does.
And my brain is standing there waiting for the individual bricks, but you just threw a blot of clay at my head.
Exactly. And while your brain is frantically trying to find the edges of the first word, trying to separate that clay, the speaker has already moved on to the next sentence.
Oh, okay.
That lag, that moment of panic, is what you interpret as speed. It's not speed, it's a lack of boundaries.
That makes perfect sense. So we are listening for pauses that simply do not exist. We're looking for the space between the bricks, but the wall is completely smooth.
Yes. And there are four main root causes for this. Four factors that create this confusion. First, as we just said, words are connected.
Right?
Second, sounds disappear completely. Third, words are reduced or shortened. And fourth, the rhythm and stress change the meaning.
Sound change. So that's the key phrase here. It's about the mechanics of sound.
It is pure mechanics.
Yeah.
It has absolutely nothing to do with your IQ. It has to do with how the mouth moves efficiently. The mouth is lazy.
Lazy.
It wants to get from the start of the sentence to the end of the sentence with the least amount of effort possible.
I feel better already knowing it's just mechanics and, biology. So let's dive deep into these barriers. If we can identify them, we can overcome them. What is the first barrier?
The first barrier is what we call linking, or you could think of it as the chain reaction.
Linking. This is when the words connect to each other, right?
It's just, in English, if one word ends with a consonant sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, they become married. They become one single unit.
Can you give us a really concrete example from our source material? I want to visualize this.
Certainly. Let's take the simple phrase, I want to eat.
Okay.
Now, if a robot or a very strict teacher says this, they say, I want to eat. But look at the mechanics. Want ends with a hard T sound. Eat begins with an E sound, vowel.
Right. Want. Eat. I can feel the stop in my mouth.
To say them separately, your tongue has to go up for the T, stop the air, release it, pause, and then start the E. That takes energy.
It does.
The lazy mouth says, no thank you. The lazy mouth links them. It becomes, I want to eat.
I want to eat. It just flows. There's no stop.
Or take a question. Did you eat? In the textbook, these are three separate words. Did you eat?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, the D sound in did and the Y sound in you are very close together in the mouth. When they blend, they create a completely new sound.
A J sound. You're saying from did and you.
Yes, it becomes did ya eat.
Did ya eat? Wow, it sounds like a name. Did ya?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Did ya? And if you are listening for did you will miss did ya every single time. And this happens in every sentence. The spaces just disappear.
Okay, so that's the first barrier, linking. The consonants and vowels are basically holding hands. What is the second barrier?
The second barrier is perhaps the most important one for comprehension, and it creates the most confusion for students. It's called reductions, the shrinking words.
Ah, I've heard of this. This is where big phrases get kind of smashed together.
Correct. English speakers are, obsessed with efficiency. They want to get the meaning out as quickly as possible. So they take very common grammatical phrases and they just crush them.
Like a hydraulic press crushing a car.
Exactly like that. And there are what we call the big four reductions that every listener must memorize. If you don't know these four, you'll be lost.
Okay, listeners, get your notebooks ready. This is vital information. What are the big four?
Number one, going to. This becomes gonna.
I am gonna study. Okay, I think most people know gonna. That one is quite famous.
Number two, want to. This becomes wanna.
I want to go home. Simple enough.
Number three, have to. This becomes hafta. Now, note the sound change here. The V sound becomes an F sound.
Yeah.
Hafta.
I have to finish this. That's interesting. The V is a voiced sound. It's harder to say, so it becomes a soft F. Hafta.
And number four, which is very, very crucial, don't know. This becomes dunno.
Dunno.
Now, consider this. If someone says, I don't know, and you're waiting to hear the clear word don't, you might miss the fact that the entire sentence is negative.
That is a very dangerous mistake. If my boss asks, do you know the answer? And I think he said, I know, when he actually said, I don't know, that could be a big problem.
Precisely. You miss the entire meaning of the sentence. Sounds nothing like I don't know. The T is gone. The K is gone. It's just a grunt, almost. Dunno.
Okay, I have to stop you there, expert,
Okay.
because I can hear my old high school English teacher, Mrs. Gupta, screaming in my ear right now.
Oh.
She was very strict. She always said, do not swallow your words, enunciate, speak clearly. So if I start saying gonna and wanna and dunno in, let's say, a job interview, am I not going to sound uneducated or just lazy?
I love that you asked that. This is the biggest myth in language learning. There is a huge difference between slang and connected speech.
Okay, what is the difference?
Slang is, street language. It's informal words used by specific groups.
Mm.
Connected speech, however, is efficiency. It is how the language naturally functions physically.
So you're telling me the CEO of a Fortune 500 company uses gonna.
Absolutely. If that CEO stands up in a board meeting and says, I am going to discuss our strategy, everyone in the room will think he's a robot.
Or that he's being condescending.
That sounds unnatural.
It does. Using gonna signals that you're comfortable. It signals flow. Now, you wouldn't write gonna in a formal email, of course, but you must speak it to have a natural rhythm.
So it's actually weird not to use it.
Precisely. It's like walking. You don't stomp your feet with every single step. You glide. If you stomp, you look strange. Going to is stomping. Gonna is gliding.
That's a great analogy. Gonna is gliding. Okay, so we have linking and reductions. What is barrier number 3? Barrier number 3 is weak forms, the unstressed words. And this requires us to learn a tiny bit of technical terminology.
Oh, bring on the science. I'm ready. What is the technical term?
It is the schwa.
The schwa. It sounds like a dance move or something?
It is the most common sound in the English language. It's a very short, very lazy vowel sound. It sounds like, almost like someone just punched you lightly in the stomach.
Oh, okay. So why is this important?
Well, in English, we basically have 2 types of words. We have content words. These are the kings, nouns, verbs, adjectives. Words like man, car, drive, fast. They carry the story.
The kings. They're the important ones.
Then we have function words. These are the peasants. The little grammar words like to, for, at, and, but.
The little glee words that hold everything together.
Yes. And in spoken English, the kings get the spotlight. They're said loudly and for a longer time. The peasants, on the other hand, get crushed. Their vowels disappear and turn into the schwa. They all turn into
Can you show us a transformation, an example?
Of course. Take the word to. T-O. In isolation, if I ask you how to spell it, you say to. But in a sentence like, I went to the store, we do not say to. We say to.
I went to the store.
Exactly. To, it's a tiny, tiny sound. Or the word for, F-O-R, it becomes fur. This is for you.
This is for you, not for you.
Right. And the most common one of all is and. It simply becomes in.
Like fish and chips or rock and roll.
Yes. Now, imagine a full sentence. I went to the store for milk and bread, a native speaker says. I went to the store for milk and bread.
Wow, the rhythm is completely different. I went to the store for milk and bread.
You see, the important words, the kings, they just pop out. The weak words for and are almost invisible. If you were trying to hear a clear to or for, you will never find it. You are listening for something that isn't even there.
And that leads us perfectly into the 4th barrier, doesn't it? The rhythm, the actual beat of the language.
Yes. Barrier number 4 is the music of English. And this is often the most difficult concept for many learners, especially those whose native languages are, say, Hindi or Spanish or Japanese. The technical term is isochrony.
Isochrony. That is a $10 word. Can you break that down for us?
It just means equal time. Languages generally fall into 2 buckets. Bucket A is syllable timed. French, Spanish, Japanese, Hindi. In these languages, every syllable is a democracy. They all get roughly equal time. Da, 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 da.
Like a machine gun. Rat-a-tat-tat. Very even, very steady.
Correct. But English is not a democracy. English is stress-timed. You could almost say it's a dictatorship.
A dictatorship. Who is the dictator?
The content words. The kings we just talked about. The time it takes to say a sentence in English depends on the number of stress words, not the total number of syllables.
That sounds confusing. Can you prove it?
Let's try. Let's look at the sentence. Dogs chase cats.
Okay.
3 words. 3 kings. Dogs. Cats. It takes about 1 second to say.
Dogs chase. Cats. Okay, about a second.
Now, let's add some peasants. The dogs will chase the cats.
Yeah.
We've added the and will. But guess what? It still takes the exact same amount of time to say,
Wait, really? How is that possible? More words, same time.
yes. Because we squeeze the peasants, we don't say the dogs will chase, we say the dogs will chase the cats. The rhythm stays the same. Did, 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 did.
That is wild. So if I try to pronounce every single word clearly, I am actually destroying the natural rhythm of the language.
You are destroying the music. And this confuses the native listener. If you give equal time to thee and dogs, the native listener thinks thee must be important. They're waiting for thee to mean something special.
So I'm stressing the wrong things.
And when you listen, you are straining your ears to hear the peasants. You're trying so hard to hear at or to or have, but the speaker has ghosted those words. They barely exist.
Right.
You need to stop listening for the peasants and only listen for the kings. That's like jazz, not a march, it's jazz.
This is absolutely fascinating. So when we listen, we are not just listening for vocabulary. We're listening to a musical performance. linking, reductions, weak forms, and rhythm.
Those are the 4 walls that have been keeping you out. But now that we can see the walls, we can start to break them down.
That is exactly what we are going to do. We have a 5-step method from our source material designed to train your ear to catch every word, or rather, to catch the meaning despite the speed. So let's look at step 1.
Step 1 is, I think, the most important because it's mental. Step 1 is mindset shift. You must stop perfectionism.
Oh, this is a big one. I know so many people, myself included, who get stuck here. The perfectionist trap.
The big mistake that learners make is trying to hear 100% of the words. They treat a conversation like it's a dictation test in school. They feel that if they miss one word, they have failed.
Yes, and you are listening and you miss one word and your brain just stops to find it. You think, wait, what was that word? But the speaker keeps talking. And now you have missed the next 10 words because you were worrying about the first one.
Exactly. You panic and it spirals. The fix is this. Listen for the idea, not the word list.
The idea, the main message.
Listening is about meaning. If I say, I'm going to go to the store to buy some milk, and you only clearly hear store.buy milk, do you understand the message?
Yes, of course. You're going to the store to buy milk. I get the picture.
Then you have succeeded. It does not matter if you miss the I'm gonna or the to the. You got the meaning, that's a win.
So the rule for step 1 is just relax, don't translate in your head, don't pause the audio every 2 seconds, just let it flow over you.
Listen once, just to understand the topic.
Yeah.
Get the big picture first. Do not obsess over the small details, at least not initially.
That is very liberating advice. It takes the pressure off. Okay, step 2. This is about acclimating the brain. It's called the speed ladder.
The speed ladder. You can't run a marathon on day 1. You have to train. If native speed is too fast, don't force it. But also, you can't stay in the slow lane forever.
And our source suggests a specific protocol here using modern technology, right?
Yes. Most podcast players, YouTube, they all have speed controls. You need to use them. Start at 0.75x speed.
So 3/4 speed.
It slows down the blur just enough for you to begin to hear the separate sounds. It kind of turns the clay back into bricks, just a little bit. Listen at 0.75x until you're comfortable. Then you move to normal speed, which is 1.0x.
And then, what's the next step on the ladder?
Here is the trick. Here's the secret. You then challenge yourself with 1.25x speed.
Faster than normal. Why on earth would we do that? If normal is already hard, why would we want to make it harder?
It's a great question. Think about a baseball player. Before he goes to hit the ball, he puts a heavy weight, like a donut, on his bat, and he swings it a few times.
Right.
It feels heavy. But when he takes the weight off, the normal bat feels as light as a feather.
Ah, I see. It is resistance training for the brain.
Exactly. If you listen at 1.25x for just 5 minutes, your brain has to work incredibly hard to keep up. When you go back to normal speed, it will sound like slow motion. You will think, wow, why are they speaking so slowly? It's a fantastic brain hack.
That is brilliant. You are literally stretching your brain's processing ability. I love that. Okay, step 3. The source calls this one the core workout. Shadowing.
Shadowing. If you only do one thing from this entire deep dive, do this. This is the gym for your ears and your mouth.
Okay, what exactly is shadowing? I have tried this before, and to be honest, it felt like a complete disaster. I was tripping over my own tongue. I felt very foolish.
That is the standard first experience, believe me. It's like trying to dance the tango when you have never heard the music before. You're going to step on some toes.
So how do we do it without feeling so foolish? Can you walk us through the core workout in slow motion?
Absolutely. So shadowing is repeating immediately after the speaker, like a delayed echo. You do not wait for the sentence to finish. You speak while they are speaking, just a half second behind them.
That sounds incredibly difficult.
It is challenging, but that is why it works so well. The mistake people make is they try to speak the words immediately. Step 1 of shadowing is actually mumbling.
Mumbling. You want me to mumble?
Yes. We call it humming the tune. Before you even try to say the words, play the audio, maybe a clip of Barack Obama or a movie actor, and just try to match their noise with a hum.
So you're catching the melody before you even try the lyrics.
Exactly. You are tuning your instrument. Once you can hum the rhythm, where their voice goes up, where it goes down, where the stress is, then you can start adding the words. But you must be close. A shadow doesn't walk 5 seconds behind you. It's attached to your feet. You want to be a split second behind the speaker.
That requires intense focus.
It does. And here is the secret sauce for it to really work. You are not just copying the words. You must copy the emotion. If the speaker sounds angry, you sound angry. If they sound tired, you sound tired.
But why does the emotion matter? I just want to learn the English.
Because emotion dictates the pitch and the speed. If you copy the emotion, the mechanics will follow automatically. If you just try to read the script in a flat monotone voice, you will revert to your robot voice. You will say, "What? You?
Yeah.
Doing?" But if you copy the emotion of a frustrated mother, you will naturally say, "What you doing?"
That is a great tip. So play the audio, hum the melody, then speak with feeling. It connects the ear to the mouth.
And it builds crucial muscle memory. Your mouth needs to learn how to make these fast shapes.
Okay, step 4, pattern recognition.
This goes back to our reductions. You must treat these sound patterns like new vocabulary words.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when you learn the word table, you memorize the sound table. You see the object, you think of the sound. You must do the exact same thing for these patterns.
Okay, let's give the listeners a list to memorize right now. We'll say the textbook phrase, and then you give us the sound pattern.
Good idea. Pattern 1, what are you?
Okay.
The sound is whatcha.
Whatcha? Got it.
Pattern 2, let me.
Hmm.
They is in let me go.
Pattern 3, give me. Sound is give me. Give me a break.
Yes. Once your brain has a file folder in it labeled whatcha, when you hear that sound, you don't panic. You instantly know it means, what are you? The sentence becomes predictable.
That's the aha moment. It stops being just noise and it starts being information.
Yes. You're basically installing the software to decode the message.
And finally, step 5 in the method, active versus passive listening.
This is all about efficiency. Passive listening is low impact.
Passive listening is what, like having English news playing while I wash the dishes.
Yes, or scrolling on your phone while a podcast plays in the background. It is better than nothing, I suppose, but it is very, very slow. It's like sleeping in a gym and hoping to get muscles.
I have tried that. I can confirm it does not work. I did not get any muscles.
No, sadly not. Active listening is high focus. This means you are sitting down, you have put your phone away, you are paying attention, you are repeating, you are writing down keywords, you are noticing the tone.
So 10 minutes of active listening is worth more than 2 hours of passive listening.
Absolutely, 100%. If you focus completely, your brain changes much, much faster.
That brings us to the how. We have the method, but how do we fit it into our busy lives? Our source provides a specific daily 20-minute routine.
Yes. And I love this routine because everyone has 20 minutes. You can do this before breakfast or on the bus to work or just before you go to bed.
Okay, walk us through the 20 minutes. What do we do?
Minutes 0 to 10, you listen to a short clip, maybe a 2-minute video or a short podcast segment. Listen to it a few times. First for the main idea, then for the details.
Just listening, getting familiar with the material.
Minutes 10 to 15. You shadow the clip. This is the workout. Repeat the sentences. Copy the melody. Hum it first if you need to. Try to match the speed and the feeling.
Okay, so 5 minutes of intense speaking practice. That will wake you up.
Minutes 15 to 20. You repeat the content without looking at the text. Try to say the sentences from memory using the fast pronunciation you just practiced.
So consolidating what you learned, making it your own.
Exactly. And the promise is this. Do this for 30 days, just 1 month. You will see a dramatic improvement in your speed, you will feel less panic, and you will have so much more confidence.
It is a simple prescription, but you have to do the work. Consistent effort is the key.
Indeed. There is no magic pill, but there's a magic method.
Now, I think it is time for a test, a live listening drill. We are going to try this out with our listeners right now, and I am going to try it too, expert, so you can correct me if I fail.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, listener, I want you to participate. Don't just listen to us. Open your mouth. We will give you a sentence in robot English and then the natural fast English, and your job is to repeat the fast version.
Are you ready?
Drill number 1, standard English. What are you going to do?
Okay. Expert, show us the natural way.
What you going to do about it?
Okay, let me try. What are you going to do about it?
Too robotic. You were still using the bricks. Give me the clay.
Yeah.
Whatcha?
Right. Clay, okay. What you going to do about it? Much better. Listen to the flow. What's going to do about it? Listener, I want you to repeat that. What you going to do about it?
It feels faster, but it's actually shorter and smoother.
Notice, what are you becomes what you. Going to becomes gonna. What you going to do about it? Say it again.
Excellent. Okay, drill number 2, standard English. I don't know what you are talking about.
Okay.
This is a long one, expert.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, that was fast. Okay, let me try that. I don't know what you talking about.
So close, but you pronounce the tes in don't. Kill the T. Make it a grunt.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Perfect. That was it. I don't know what you're talking about. Check it. Listener, your turn. Try that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you feel the difference? It just rolls off the tongue. It's actually easier to say.
It is. That is why natives do it. It is physically easier. I don't know what you were talking about. It takes a lot of mouth effort. I don't know what you thought about it smooth.
It's like sliding down a slide instead of walking down the stairs.
That is a perfect analogy. And once you know the code, once your brain recognizes dunno and whatcha, the sentence becomes simple.
This has been such an eye-opener. We are coming to the end of our deep dive, but I want to talk about the mindset one last time. We've covered a massive amount of ground today, from the illusion of speed to the tyranny of the content words. But I want to go back to that feeling we talked about at the very start. That feeling of freezing up when someone asks, "What do you want to do?"
The panic.
Yes. After all this training, will that panic go away completely?
The panic goes away when you stop judging yourself.
Yeah.
You have to remember, listening is a guessing game.
Yeah.
Even native speakers miss about 10% of what is said to them.
Wait, really? Even you? You miss things.
All the time. If I'm in a noisy bar or there's a lot of traffic, I miss words. But my brain doesn't panic. It fills in the gaps. I don't panic. I predict.
I see.
The training we discussed today, the shadowing, the speed ladder, it's not about giving you super hearing. It's about making you a better predictor.
That takes so much pressure off. I don't need to be a perfect recording device. I just need to be a good detective.
A detective with a very good ear for jazz.
I love that. A jazz detective. That's the new title for all our listeners.
And remember, every time you practice this, every time you say "let me" instead of "let me," you are not just learning English. You are crossing a cultural bridge. You are stepping into the flow of how people actually connect with each other.
Connection over perfection. That is the goal.
Always.
Let us recap our journey today. We started with the confusion of what do you want to do? We realized it's not about speed, but about connection. We identified the 4 barriers: linking, reductions, weak forms, the whole kings and peasants idea, and rhythm.
And we gave you the tool set to break them down. The 5-step method, mindset shift, the speed ladder, shadowing, remember to hum first, pattern recognition, and active listening.
And of course, the daily routine, just 20 minutes a day.
It's a small investment for a truly huge reward.
Before we go, I want to leave you, our listener, with a provocative thought. Think about your own native language for a moment, whether it's Hindi or Tamil, Spanish, or French. Do you speak like a textbook?
Do you pronounce every single letter of every single word? Or do you link your words together too?
Apply that logic to English. You are not learning to be lazy. You are learning to be human.
That is a beautiful thought to end on. Language is for connection, not for perfection.
If you found value in this deep dive today, we have a small request. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with your friends who are also on this journey. It really helps us reach more people and help more learners.
Yes, please share the knowledge and practice your whatchas and gonas today.
Start your 20-minute routine today. Be a jazz detective. Thank you so much for listening to Fluent English, the podcast.
Goodbye and good luck with your training.
See you in the next deep dive. Goodbye.